Hey, everybody. Welcome to KISS.
Keep it simple, sister.
Hi, Diana.
Hi, Samantha. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing really well, especially
I'm
after everything
fabulous.
we've talked about today. Yes, Diana's always fabulous. Is
I
what
try to be.
try. No effort
Oh,
required.
no, I am. Never mind. I
Yeah, there you
am.
go. Own it. So this is going to be a little bit different of a recording for you guys for our podcast. First off, I wanted to remind everybody what we're doing here. So, the KISS podcast, Keep It Simple Sister, is all about feeling great by feeling better. It's about all of the tips, tricks, techniques, and the products that Diana and I have used over the years. And like we've utilized a lot of ideas, concepts, and some of this stuff just comes to us naturally. I'll admit that too. Because we're both Aries, we're both upbeat people. So it just kind of, there's a lot that does flow for us. Um, but all of these things that we utilize helps us to be in this better feeling space. It helps to replenish like the reservoir of, just how much shit we can handle throughout the week, throughout the day, throughout, whatever. And it keeps us more buoyant so that we can handle life much more easily. And we wanted to share all of this with you all because it's such good stuff. Well, I'm a spiritual life coach, so it's part of what I do, and it's just what Diana does naturally, right?
Yeah, it just makes life easier for me. It helps me keep my energy up, and hopefully, we can help you guys have a few strategies and tips that might help that for you too.
Mhm.
But it's summertime.
Yeah. So with summertime, I brought up to Diana that I wanted to shift things around. I just felt that nudge. And when I get nudges, it's kind of like, and she was not prepared for me to throw this nudge at her today and handled it
But
really.
when she gets a nudge, I go with it because usually it totally makes sense. Maybe not right at the moment, but
Mhm.
everything's always working out for us. So I'm
Yeah.
sure that this is the right thing to do.
Well, so we're shifting things around a little bit. Our podcasts are anywhere usually from like 50 minutes to over an hour. And filled with all kinds of great and wonderful information. But we know that everybody's attention span is shortened during the summertime. And we also know, as Diana had said to me, reminded me that, a lot of y'all are newer to the podcast and haven't heard our earlier stuff. And you're not going to want to go back and, listen to hours, 50 hours worth of podcasts. So what we came up with is that we're going to take information from before. So you might hear some things that are referencing times or dates that are happening previously, but the content is so good and so valuable. So we're going to break it. Well, we're going to break it up into offering y'all a positive path one week and
Flip
a
side.
flip side the next week. And so these will be more like anywhere from 10 to 15-minute chunks to 35-minute chunks. So they're going to be smaller, listening times. And we just, and we think that doing this is going to just make it easier over the summertime, and also provide you with that information that is going to help keep you focused on like lifting you up and
On
getting
the positive path, as it were, and flipping
as it
to
were.
the flip side.
Yeah, because here's the thing, and Diana's going to remind y'all a little bit more about what each of those are about. But the flip side really does stand alone because we're talking about how we utilize these concepts to walk our talk.
Yeah.
And the positive path is more the overview of the whole concept. So go ahead and share what each of those is about specifically.
Okay. So we usually start our podcast with the flip side. And the flip side is where Samantha or I share something that happened throughout the week or days or whatever. But usually it's something that was a little bit challenging, maybe not so positive, icky, yucky, made us sad, made us mad, made us feel ugh. And then how we kind of turned that around and flipped it over to look for either something positive, something we learned, something that can make it tolerable,
Mhm.
and we can move forward from whatever that situation was.
Mhm. Exactly. Perfect. Okay. And so the positive path.
And the positive path is when we talk about a concept and we're trying to explain or really just give it to you from both of our perspectives.
We joke around that a lot of times it just goes back to gratitude.
Yeah, for real.
Because that just kind of resolves everything. But
Yeah.
they're like something usually how we come up with these concepts for the positive path is something that occurred the week before, or ideas that occur as we're talking about one of the concepts. And and they're like these main areas of life. For instance, glimmers. Glimmers are about those special moments that happen that lift you up, that sudden joy in the moment, like you see your kids smile, your baby laugh, your friend just does something special for you. And so we talk about those concepts and how you can embrace them and integrate them into your life. So these are these concepts that help you to manage your emotions, manage the experiences that you're having in your life. So these are kind of these are bigger topics, but we're still bringing in stuff about what's been going on in our week in relationship to the topics. So
Yeah.
that's why we're saying, but the flip side doesn't necessarily correspond to the positive path, but oftentimes it does, but not always. And so they're kind of standalone topics.
Yeah.
That makes
Well, and sometimes the the flip side might go along with another topic that we had talked about in a positive path earlier,
that's true too.
later, whatever. So they all kind of intertwine. And like Samantha said, gratitude is everything. And so you can kind of find that as the thread that winds throughout all of our positive paths, and really also the flip sides. I
Yeah.
mean, that's like the overarching theme of Kiss, Keep It Simple, Sister. So
Mhm. Which is so funny because I would have never sat there and said, like, you know, I'm just, it's so funny. I'm such a rebel about some things. And the idea of gratitude always seemed like so like weak or mushy or lovey-dovey. I don't know how to describe it. It just oozed lovey-dovey stuff. I don't know how else to express it. Like it just, bleh. And
yeah,
yet, as I started to see it more from a clinical point of view, it's kind of funny, the mechanism of gratitude. So for those of you that sit there and go, "Ooh, gratitude," it's like I don't, the idea of gratitude journals did nothing for me, but it actually is when you look at the mechanics of what it does for you and how it releases all the bad emotions, and you move into such a beautiful, serene place if you will allow it. It's amazing. So anyway, that's just like Dinah said, it's the common thread. But there's so many amazing conversations that we're going to share with you this summer that have to do with well, there's some that we touch on that are more woo-woo, like past lives, what happens on the other side. And then there's more practical ones that have to do with like gratitude, with I'm just looking up at some, um why worry, how to stop wallowing in self-pity, um concepts about meditation or like dealing with your emotions, like the how to deal when you have anger in you and frustration and moving into neutral. So there's all kinds of topics we're going to be sharing with you. This is going to be really exciting.
yeah.
um Now, do you want to mention how we're handling our sponsorship, or would you like me to?
I think I can.
Okay.
So
I like to hand off the baton.
in every podcast, we talk about how we can't bring this to you without our sponsor, and our sponsor is us. So how we're going to handle that is that there will be intermittent advertisements throughout the week and whenever we feel like doing it or posting it, so that we can give you the bits and pieces of information about the products and the things that we would recommend for you, and then the links to be able to do that.
Yeah. And so we hope that you guys will embrace those links. At least go check out what we're recommending, because this is all stuff that we've used that we would not live without now. Like, it is a part of our daily lives.
Yeah.
So we're not sitting here just going, you know,
Hey,
let's
go
just,
buy a Twinkie because a Twinkie is great.
yeah,
No, it's not, first of all. But secondly, we're really like tied to this. Like like you said, like the MorVida or whatever we're talking about. I'm never going to go a day without it because
yeah,
I've seen what a difference it's made in my life. And I wouldn't be telling people about things that I didn't feel really, really strongly about. And I know you're the same way.
yeah, yeah. Again, we walk our talk, and we only recommend that which we have seen has a profound difference on our lives. And some of the stuff, no, we may not actually, like, I'm just thinking there's some stuff that I might mention that no, we don't sell through us, but
Right.
things that we do sell through us, we do appreciate. We're just going to say it. When you look at that stuff, if it resonates with you and you purchase it, yes, it helps to pay us back for all the time that we're doing all of this. And so, it's think of it as an energetic exchange. So at least consider, and comment and let us know what you think about all of it. About the products that we're sharing, about, what your experience is with it, or the information, that we're giving you through the positive path and through the flip side and through all of this. Um, okay, so you guys can find us on YouTube. We'll still upload to YouTube. We'll still upload to Spotify, but here's the difference that we're going to do. We're going to start uploading our full videos to Facebook, because that's where most of our audience hangs out. And so we're going to upload it to the KISS podcast group, and it'll be in there. We'll share it out to our feeds so that you guys know about it. If you're not currently a member, you're not going to be able to see it. And I'm saying this, but you might, if somebody on YouTube sees this and goes over, you have to become a member of the KISS podcast in order to be able to see the video. So be sure to become a member. This is a women's only group so that we can share concepts that are essential to us. Is that
Yes.
anything else?
And if perchance you don't want to be part of the group, you can always find them on YouTube or Spotify. But we're trying to get our information to more people, and Facebook will help us with that if we can show it within Facebook and not have to send you to an outside link.
Exactly. Yep. So you guys, we've examined all of this, and we are trying to make this as accessible and, and what's the word I'm looking for? Accessible, I guess, is it. It's getting it out there in ways that you guys can, not just how we're getting it out to you, but by the quality and the amount of time that it's required for you to get the information, consume the
Easy to
information.
Easily digestible.
Yes. Yes.
And when we started this whole podcast, what?
I said, is it lunchtime? Because we're both talking about consumable, digestible.
I know, edible, whatever. um, the reason why we started this podcast to begin with is because we have these discussions, and we feel like what we're talking about is helpful to a lot of other people too. So really, our purpose is to serve and to give you some free coaching and to help as many people as we can.
Yep. I love that. Okay. This is what we're doing. We're committed now. We are committable. Um, all right, y'all. Thank you for hanging out with us and listening to this. And we'd love to get your feedback on what we're doing. And we will reference this video to remind people, like throughout the summer, if people wonder, hey, what happened to your, hour-long podcast or whatever? And who knows, maybe in the fall we'll reinitiate it, maybe not. There's just a lot going on, and we're just trying to fit with the times of what's happening.
Yes.
Sound good?
Yes. All right. Well, we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.